All right, guys. Now we are doing an intro to graphing lines with both intercepts, meaning x-intercepts and y-intercepts. This is guided notes also, so you don't need to get out your composition book. So let's start with reviewing how do we determine the x-intercept? How do we determine the y-intercept? Well, the first thing for the x-intercept is we plug a 0 in for y, okay, and then we solve for x, and then we want to write it in an ordered pair. Write in ordered pair. Okay, because the x-intercept, that's an ordered pair, the y-intercept is an ordered pair. Okay, so again, we plug a 0 in for y, we solve for x, we're going to write in an ordered pair. The same thing happens for that y-intercept, but who do you think you're going to plug a 0 in for this time? X, right. Plug a 0 in for x. And then this time we're going to solve for y. It's kind of the opposite. That's all it is. And then remember, we're going to write it in an ordered pair. All right, so I kind of just wanted us, let me scoot it over so you can see what it says over there. But I kind of just wanted to review how we get it first. That's how you get the 2. And then down here on number 1 and number 2, we're going to do just 2 quick examples of how to get the 2 ordered pairs and then graphing that linear line. Okay, so let's start over here on number 1. So I'm going to start with the x-intercept. So it says plug a 0 in for y. Okay, so let me do that. Plug a 0 right there for y. Okay, then solve for x. Well, 5 times 0 is just 0, so that goes away. So just solving for x is all I'm doing. I'm going to divide by 2, so what is x? 5. Then write it in an ordered pair. Now, x is obviously 5, and y is, what did we plug in for y? 0. So let's go ahead and plot that point. Over 5, up 0 right there. Boom. Got him. Now let's do the y-intercept. And again, the y-intercept is just kind of the opposite. So we're going to plug in a 0 for x this time. Oops, I put a plus, but I'll change that. Hold on. It's really a minus there. Sorry, guys. It's really a minus 5y. All right, 2 times 0, that goes away. So I have negative 5y equals 10. And again, we know what to do. We're going to divide by a negative 5, and we get negative 2. Again, you want to write it in an ordered pair so that you can see what the actual answer is. So y is negative 2, and then what did I plug in for x? 0. So over 0, down 2, put a big O dot. Now to draw that linear line, all you have to do is connect the 2 intercepts. Whee! There we go. Done. See? It's not that bad, guys. It's really not that bad. Just got to remember how to do it. All right, let's go over for this last example. X-intercept first. I'm going to plug in a 0 for y. Now this one's kind of set up a little bit different, and look what I did. I put a 5 down there instead of a 3. It's set up a little bit different, okay? But that's okay. We're still going to do a good job. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. 0 plus 5 is just 5. Now, this could scare you a little, okay, because it's a fraction, but that's okay. How do we get rid of something that's being multiplied by our x? Yes, divide. So just take your calculator and do 5 divided by 2/3. We don't want to always be freaking out over these things, guys. Like, you guys can do it. It's just 7.5. And again, we write it in an ordered pair. So x is 7.5. What's y? 0. You plugged in a 0 for that y. So let's go ahead and put a dot up there. 7.5. Oh no, I only go to 6. So what should I do? Yep, we're going to count by 2s. And again, you got to tell somebody. So look at me up there telling somebody by 2s. So I'm going 2, 4, 6, and a little bit more. Okay. Y-intercept. Now I'm going to plug in 0 for x. So 2/3 times 0 minus 5. Well, 2/3 times 0 is 0, so you have -5 as your y. So ordered pair, you know -5 is your y. What's your 0? Boom. All right, so I'm going over 0, down 5. So again, once you get your 2 dots, what do? Yup. Connect them. All right, there you go, guys. And again, just look on your practice problem sheets to do your problems.